Have you ever stopped to think about it? You're trying to get by on the same amount of money every month, but somehow it buys you less and less. Your grocery cart's emptier, but your wallet hasn't changed. And the craziest part, you did everything by the book, worked hard for years, saved up your money. So why isn't it enough now? And more importantly, when did this slow leak in your wealth even begin? If you're over 62, chances are you're getting poorer every year, even if you don't realize it. The cost of living keeps climbing, but your income stays stuck. And before you know it, your financial stability starts to crack right under you. But here's the good news, this decline isn't set in stone. You've got the power to flip the script. In this video, we're breaking down why so many older Americans are quietly losing money year after year, and more importantly, how you can fight back. I'm gonna show you the hidden forces in our economy that are draining your cash without you even noticing. And then I'll walk you through the moves you can make to not only protect your money, but maybe even grow it. Stick with me till the end, because what you learn here might just save not only your today, but your tomorrow too. And if you've ever found yourself lying awake thinking, what if my money runs out one day? Then trust me, you need to hear this. Ready? Let's get into it. 1. The cost of living just keeps climbing. There's a reason why your money isn't going as far as it used to. Life's gotten expensive. Like seriously expensive. And no, it's not just in your head. You feel it every time you hit the grocery store, fill up your tank, open your utility bill, or visit the doctor. Prices are rising non-stop, but your income, not so much. Inflation is like a slow leak. It eats away at your purchasing power quietly, but constantly. There was a time when $1 filled up a whole grocery bag. Now that same dollar barely covers a couple of basics. Remember when a gallon of milk cost less than $1? When filling up your gas tank didn't feel like a financial decision? Now, even the most basic needs are starting to stretch your budget way too thin. Younger folks can usually adjust. They find higher paying jobs, climb the career ladder, boost their income. But if you're retired, living on a fixed income, you don't have that kind of flexibility. Yeah, Social Security checks get a cost of living adjustment every year. But let's be real, those increases rarely keep up with the actual cost of things. Sure, your check might technically go up, but it sure doesn't feel like it when you're watching your wallet get tighter month by month. And if you're relying on savings you built 20 or 30 years ago, that money just doesn't hold the same weight anymore. What once felt like a solid safety net now barely covers the essentials. So what can you do about it? The smartest move: prioritize where your money goes. Knowing how you spend is the first step to fighting rising costs. That doesn't mean cutting out everything you enjoy. It just means being sharper with the everyday stuff, like using senior discounts, yeah, they add up. Shopping at more affordable stores, making your home more energy efficient. These little tweaks might seem small, but trust me, they can save you more than you think. And if it's been a while since you looked at your budget, now's a perfect time. Take a hard look at your spending. Cut out the stuff that's quietly draining you, like unused subscriptions or old memberships that auto-renew every month without you even noticing. Bonus move: create some extra income. Even a little side money can go a long way. Maybe you pick up a part-time gig a couple days a week, rent out that extra room in your home, or do some freelance work using a skill you already have. The goal isn't just to survive day by day, it's to stretch your money farther and build a setup that actually holds up over time. Bottom line, you can't stop inflation, but you don't have to let it eat you alive either. With the right steps, you can take control of this game instead of being controlled by it. 2. The fixed income trap, the cycle that sneaks up on you. One of the biggest traps people fall into during retirement is the fixed income trap. Your income stays the same, but your expenses, they don't. Back when you were younger, it was different. Raises came, promotions happened. You could switch jobs and make more money. But in retirement, you're often stuck relying on just Social Security checks, a pension, or whatever savings you've got. And here's the frustrating truth: none of that keeps up with how fast the cost of living is climbing. At first glance, Social Security might seem like a solid safety net, but it was never designed to replace your full paycheck, just to supplement your retirement savings. The problem is, too many people now treat it as their only source of income, and that's when things get tight. Sure, those checks get a cost of living adjustment every year, but let's be honest, those increases usually fall way behind actual inflation, and expenses like healthcare and housing, they're rising even faster than inflation itself. You might be thinking, well, I've got a pension, so I'm good. But don't get too comfy. Most pension plans don't adjust for inflation, so that monthly payment that once felt generous might start feeling tight real fast. And if you're living off savings or investments, you're facing a whole nother problem. Your money might run out a lot sooner than you planned. So what can you do? One of the best moves: start creating extra income streams. And no, that doesn't mean going back to a full-time job. Disease, a lot of retirees are first doing a bit of consulting, picking up a part-time gig a few days a week, renting out a spare room, or turning a skill they already have into some kind of online side hustle. The point is simple: take back control. Don't let your income be limited to what the government sends you each month. And when it comes to Social Security, be smart about it. If you haven't started collecting yet and you're past full retirement age, delaying your claim could boost your monthly checks by as much as 8% a year. And even if you've already started getting benefits, you might still be able to bump things up through strategies like spousal benefits or filing timing tricks. Let's talk about your investments too, because playing it too safe can cost you. A lot of people get super cautious after retiring, parking everything in cash or low-yield bonds. Saying safe, right? But actually, that just gives inflation a chance to eat away at your money little by little. You don't need to take wild risks, but your portfolio should still include some assets with growth potential, like paying stocks, real estate, or income-generating financial products that can grow and stay steady. It's not just about getting by today, it's about protecting your future too. And hey, if you're still watching this and you've made it this far, drop a 2 in comments too. Let us know you're here. And if this kind of info is helpful for you, hit that subscribe button and turn on the bell. Your support helps us keep these videos coming. 3. Healthcare costs, the silent burden that grows with age as you get older. One of the biggest expenses that creeps up on you is healthcare. And it's no joke, it's rising faster than almost anything else. You might have taken great care of yourself for years, but eventually, things add up: prescription meds, doctor visits, hospital stays, and all those little out-of-pocket costs that balloon over time. Put it all together, and healthcare becomes one of the biggest financial headaches in retirement. But doesn't Medicare cover everything? Unfortunately, no. Medicare sounds reassuring, but it doesn't fully cover major essentials like dental, vision, or long-term care. So guess what? That means older folks often end up paying for critical health needs straight out of their own pocket. Sure, you could get a supplemental policy or go with a Medicare Advantage plan, but those come with their own costs, co-pays, and coverage gaps. There's no such thing as total coverage. The biggest shock: long-term care costs, home health aides, assisted living, nursing homes. The prices are insane. A lot of people assume Medicaid will kick in if things get bad enough. But here's the catch: to qualify for Medicaid, you usually have to spend down most of what you own first. So by the time help shows up, your savings might already be gone. If you're healthy now, plan anyway. Even if you feel fine today, healthcare. Inflation is outpacing regular inflation by a long shot, which means it's not just getting sick that's expensive. Staying healthy is becoming pricey too. And if something unexpected hits, an illness or accident, your savings could drain way faster than you ever expected. So what can you do? Start planning before the bills hit. If you're not on Medicare yet, take time now to understand your coverage options. Figure out which plans make sense and which ones might burn through your wallet later. If you're already enrolled, review your plan every single year. You might be paying for stuff you don't need or missing out on better coverage altogether. One smart move: get a health savings account (HSA) if you're still eligible. An HSA lets you stash away money tax-free for healthcare expenses. It's one of the best shields you can have against rising medical bills. And if you're no longer eligible for an HSA, create a dedicated emergency fund just for health expenses. It's not quite the same, but it can give you similar peace of mind. And don't forget, staying healthy equals saving money. Look, all the plans and accounts are important, but nothing beats staying out of the hospital altogether. Exercise regularly, eat balanced meals, keep up with checkups, and take advantage of preventive care. These habits don't just make you feel better, they could literally save you thousands in future medical bills. Bottom line, taking care of your health is one of the smartest money moves you'll ever make. 4. Retirement doesn't mean no taxes. Here's the hidden drain on your wallet. Let's talk about something a lot of people totally miss, but it eats away at your money every single year's taxes. Just because you retired doesn't mean Uncle Sam's done with you. In fact, for a lot of older Americans, taxes take up a much bigger chunk of their income than they ever expected. You worked hard for decades, paid into Social Security, saved up for retirement, and now that it's finally time to use that money, the government still wants its cut. If you're not paying attention, taxes can quietly shrink your savings and make it harder to get by every year. Surprise! Even Social Security can be taxed. Yep, you heard that right. If your total income for the year, including Social Security, pensions, retirement account withdrawals, and other income crosses a certain threshold, up to 85% of your Social Security benefits could be taxed. For retirees who thought they were done with taxes, this hits like a punch in the gut. Another trap, required minimum distributions (RMDS). If you've got a traditional IRA or 401k, the government forces you to start taking money out at age 73. And yeah, you get taxed on those withdrawals too. The real problem. Status and meanies can accidentally push you into a higher tax bracket. That means more taxes, and your retirement money running out faster. And don't forget property taxes. Even if your mortgage is paid off, just owning a home means you're still dealing with property taxes, and those keep going up. It's a sneaky expense that hits retirees hard, especially if you're on a fixed income and didn't budget for it. So what can you do about it? It all comes down to smart planning. Knowing when and how to tap into your accounts can make a huge difference. If you've got multiple income streams, working with a financial advisor or tax pro can help you structure withdrawals to stay in lower tax brackets. Roth conversions, a power move. You can move money from a traditional IRA or 401k into a Roth IRA while tax rates are still relatively low. Yes, you'll pay taxes on the conversion now, but in the future, that money grows tax-free and comes out tax-free. It's not for everyone, but for a lot of retirees, it's a long-term win. Look into state tax perks, too. If property taxes are weighing you down, check whether your state offers senior discounts, exemptions, or deferrals. Many states have special programs for retirees, but you usually have to apply for them to get the benefits. Bottom line, taxes don't disappear, but you can lower them. Just because you've stopped working doesn't mean taxes stop too. But with smart legal planning, you can reduce your tax bill and keep more of your money year after year. If you're still watching and this info helped you out, drop a 4 in the comments so I know you're here. And if you haven't subscribed yet, hit that button and turn on notifications. Your support helps us keep creating content that matters. Thanks for being here. Scythe. Your savings might be quietly slipping away. One of the biggest threats in retirement doesn't hit you like a freight train. It creeps in slow, quiet, and steady. You spent years building your nest egg, carefully saving for the future. But here's the tough part, Daftive pens, tunges party as vildies, and like fared days and canapes, the future of the pocket of a 100 nephew tickers, Daves and perfect and cows in the crafty, and that's non your haftern and sherry of coated pockets, the kesty, to kin back. Non-stop inflation can eat through your money way faster than you ever expected. A lot of folks go into retirement thinking, I've saved enough, I'm good, but retirement these days, it's not just a short chapter. We're talking 20, 30, even 40 years of life after work. Your savings don't just need to last, they need to endure. So why does it start slipping away? Because sometimes you're pulling out money too fast, or your investments aren't even keeping up with inflation. That means your savings start melting down like ice in the sun. Now throw in market crashes. If you had to sell investments during a downturn, you locked in those losses, and that can make it really hard for your portfolio to bounce back. This is called sequence of returns risk. If you take a big hit early in retirement, it can wreck your long-term plan, especially when you're not earning anymore and can't rebuild. Low risk can still be a risk. A lot of retirees say, I don't want to take any chances, so they park all their cash in savings accounts or low-yield bonds. But here's the twist, playing it too safe can be dangerous too. Those super safe investments often don't grow fast enough to beat inflation. Your money just sits there while the cost of living keeps climbing. So even if the number stays the same, your buying power is shrinking. What's the fix? Be smart with your withdrawals. First step, have a drawdown plan that balances income needs and long-term growth. One classic method is the 4% rule. Only withdraw up to 4% of your total savings each year. That way, your money can last longer. But sometimes a more flexible strategy works better, like cutting back on withdrawals when markets are down and adjusting upward when times are good. Keep your money working for you. Don't just let your portfolio sit idle. Have at least some of it in investments with growth potential. That doesn't mean taking crazy risks. It means thinking smart at dividend-paying stocks, rental properties, or stable income generating assets. These help your money grow and keep you from being stuck with just a fixed income. So talk to a pro, seriously. If you haven't already, sitting down with a financial advisor to build a sustainable income plan can change everything. It's not just about stretching your money, it's about growing it even in retirement. And one last thing, when the market drops, don't panic. Knee-jerk decisions during tough times do more damage than the downturn itself. Stay calm, stick to your plan, and trust the process. That's what keeps you financially strong over the long haul. 6. The hidden mistake that silently drains your wallet. No passive income. Here's another big money mistake that sleeps right under the Radaring can cost you thousands every single year not having any passive income. One of the biggest challenges in retirement is this that steady paycheck you counted on for decades. Gone. Suddenly your main source, there's the dissolution grains in mine where of income vanishes, and if you haven't replaced it with something, you're left relying 100% on your savings. And those savings, they can run out way faster than you think. Depending only on Social Security or a pension is risky business, especially when inflation keeps chipping away at what that money can actually buy. Even if your expenses stay the same, and let's be real, they usually go up, your income doesn't move. That's when you slide into a slow but steady financial decline. That's why so many retirees feel okay at first, but a few years down the line, the cracks start to show. So what's the fix? The answer, as simple, start building multiple streams of passive income. Passive income means money that shows up regularly without you having to punch a clock or hustle every day. Where can it come from? Rental properties, dividend-paying stocks, royalties, low-effort side hustles, dividend stocks, the quiet money maker. One of the most reliable ways to bring in passive income is through dividend stocks. Unlike regular stocks that only pay when they go up in value, dividend stocks pay you cash just for holding them. That means you get paid without selling anything. Tons of retirees rely on dividends to keep cash flowing without touching their core investments. Rental income, steady monthly cash. If you own even a small rental property, that rent check can cover a lot. Not into the hassle of dealing with tenants. No problem REITs, real estate investment trusts let you invest in property without being a landlord. And yep, you still get that sweet monthly payout. And digital side hustles, low time, high reward. More and more retirees are also making money online without burning hours. Think time writing a quick ebook, selling a digital product, renting out unused storage space or tools. These things won't make you rich overnight, but stacked together, they can seriously lighten your load. What's the real goal here? This isn't about going back to full-time work. It's about setting up a safety net so you've got money coming in even when you're not actively working. The more passive income you've got, the less you'll need to pull from savings. And that means your money lasts longer, plain and simple. If you're still watching and this info hit home, drop a 6 in the comments too. Let us know you're here. And if you haven't subscribed yet, go ahead and hit that button and ring the bell. It really helps us reach more folks with this kind of content. Appreciate you sticking with us. Let's keep it going. 7. The fix. Change now, win later. If you've made it this far, one thing's crystal clear: a whole lot of folks over 62 are getting poorer every year, and they don't even realize it. But here's the good news: that doesn't have to be that way. This isn't your fate. You can flip the script. With just a few smart money moves, you can stretch your dollars further, make your income work harder, and rebuild your financial security over time. Step 1. Max out your Social Security. Most people start claiming benefits the second they hit retirement. Jumping too early can shrink your monthly checks big time. If you haven't filed yet and you can afford to wait, holding off until 70 could bump your payments up by 8% each year. Already collecting, you might still be able to boost your income using spousal benefits or smart filing strategies. Step 2. Cut spending without cutting life. Look at your budget and ask yourself, do I really need all this? Things like SEP to buy, restructuring your debt, downsizing your home, switching to cheaper insurance, canceling unused subscriptions. They might seem small, but over time, they stack up. Step 3. Wake your money up. Yeah, being cautious with your cash in retirement makes sense, but going too safe can backfire. If everything's sitting in cash or low interest accounts, inflation will eat you alive. Instead, build a balanced portfolio with dividend paying stocks, rental income, fixed annuities, or other steady payers. These give you income and growth, a powerful combo. Step 4. Set up passive income. Start laying the groundwork now for future breathing room. Rent out a spare room. Launch a simple online side gig. Invest in something that pays you back. It's not about going back to work, it's about getting paid without working. Step 5. Get a pro in your corner. Retirement planning isn't just about do I have enough money, it's about using what you've got the smartest way possible. A good financial advisor can help you lower your taxes, stay ahead of inflation, and pull money out of your accounts in the most efficient way. These moves help your money last longer and work harder. Bottom line, you're in control. You've got way more say in your financial future than you might think. Make the right moves today and you'll keep more money in your pocket. Hold on to your lifestyle and step confidently into your next chapter. Now it's your turn. Let's recap real quick. Fallstall-Kriesel's moving costs, fixed income traps, health expenses, melting savings, no passive income, And most importantly, the fixes. If you've been silently thinking my money doesn't stretch like it used to, you're not alone. These struggles are real, but so are the solutions. Whether it's upscaling your social security, creating new income streams, or tweaking your investment game, every smart step you take today gets you closer to the secure future you want. So tell us what hit home the most. Drop a comment below which of these 7 stood out to you. Is there something you're ready to change starting now? Your story might be exactly what someone else needs to hear. Thanks for sticking with us. If this video helped you out, hit like, subscribe, share it with someone who needs it. Your support helps us keep making this kind of content. Appreciate you. See you in the next one.